Terry and Anna Marie, and thank you for visiting Croom. We'd like to tell you our story of Croom, built over the generations, and the people who care deeply about Croom and about one another. So who are we? We're the descendants of the O'Donovans and the Fitzgeralds. We're the Sheehans and the Shahans, but we're much more. We're the people who settled here after Red Hugh retreated from the Battle of Kinsale. We're the people who moved to Limerick, from Limerick City. We're those who moved to Ireland to work in our hospital. We're those who escaped war and troubles. But we're also those who fell in love with the park, the good schools, the job opportunities, and the community. We are Croom. We relish the war cry of the Fitzgeralds, Crumaboo. Some of the earliest investment in Croom came in the form of philanthropic investment, where the Lyons family gave land for the Catholic Church. From Croom, there's always been a commitment from the community, but in the 1980s, crisis struck, and two events galvanised the community. One, to stop the bridge being changed, but now we have a lovely view of the river. And the second was to save the community centre. These events were the catalyst to look at Croom and think, what more can we do? So yes, chicken and egg, which came first, the volunteers, the ideas, or the funds? In our case, this was people solving a problem. But I have to add, the people of Croom are ambitious. Let us tell you our story of Croom and the pride that we have in the town and in each other. In the last census, 4.5% of our community were listed as from outside the UK and the EU. Croom's population has increased since 2022, thanks in part to Croom voluntary housing and also some private housing. There are 40 families in Croom from India alone. And we also have families from the southern African states, including Zimbabwe and South Africa, and then all the points in between. When two children fell ill in Croom, they were from the same class, same age, and at the same time. One family off the town, and the other family new to the parish. Both families were helped equally. We work together as individuals, uniting in our community organisations and our activities and our social events. We're 5 years old and we're 95, and all in between, living in Croom. Sport is at the heart of life in Croom. From GAA and soccer to horse riding and pickleball, our clubs are run by volunteers and they bring the generations together. The River Maigue is a hive of activity on the right day with angling and kayaking. I did see one angler today. Each of our sports organisations rely on volunteers for every aspect, from trustee to referee. Without volunteers, the GAA facilities would not be the state-of-the-art facilities that they are. And these include facilities that are widely used by the community, and not just for camogie and football, and that includes the gym and the running track. When a children's team in Croom has a notable win, we've maintained the tradition of cars beeping through the town, letting everyone know it's an absolute joy. A fit and healthy Croom is one where residents live long lives with less medical interventions. Croom takes advantage of the amenities that we have to incorporate fitness into events, from dancing at the seniors' luncheon to games in the park for the Easter egg hunt. And the views of Croom add hugely to the St. Patrick's Day 10K and Family 5K. We were very proud this year to have runners from across Europe and from North America. A Thursday evening, Croom Maigue Walk is a regular for many and has brought new residents and those living in Croom a long time together. Indian dance classes is an indication of a community in Croom that's thriving. The community's health and well-being is also being boosted by activities such as yoga, Pilates and chair yoga. Croom Family Resource Centre is supporting mental health and well-being on a weekly basis, and Haven Hub have recently provided mental health programs here at the Civic Centre. These programs are indicative of the initiative that Croom seeks out for our community. The get-togethers from Knitting and Stitchers to the Men's Shed, walks and play are keeping the community together and elevating our well-being. The churches are looking after our spiritual well-being, and the community have been terrific at being part of the welcome of those new to the parish. From the joys of new life to the harder times, the church and their volunteers have sustained the community. Froige, sporting groups and scouts help our young people to learn skills, to communicate and to be great citizens. The children and young adults have opportunities to grow in a caring environment, where only recently Seamus from Tidy Towns helped the scout troop to build a bug hotel, teaching them new skills. We're very fortunate to have 4 levels of education, from preschool to 3rd level. Clever Clubs Preschool is key for children to build their social skills as well as commencing their education. Croom National School has excelled at Olympic handball, introduced children to cricket, and their choir has performed at St Finbarr's Cathedral in Cork. We were very proud when we heard them on a national stage singing on Limerick FM. Coláiste Ciarán encourages excellence in students and supports them across their preferred areas of distinction, from sport to art and fashion to media and community involvement. The students are involved in all aspects of life in Croom, from Earth Day to helping the junior cycle with tree planting and Science Week projects. Limerick Clare Education and Training Board, Croom, has a broad range of post-leaving cert courses, and the college is a centre of excellence for equine studies. Croom is fortunate to have courses here in the town leading to local employment. LCETB Croom seeks out community involvement with their annual bake sale for charity, working with the National School and creating a tea dance for our older community. All of the schools are investing in our young people, but this is only possible because the community is involved as volunteers on school boards and overseeing their education. However, it should be said that our teachers are going above and beyond the 3 hours to give our children a rounded education and a window to the world. Our volunteers include 2nd level students who have last year painted backdrops for Halloween and Easter, acted as community photographer, worked at bingo and marshalled for the St Patrick's Day run. Those living their best lives are seniors. Many of them are involved in active retirement, and Go for Life is just one of the activities, with chair yoga, walks and the amazing trips organised by Caroline around the country, and that's all part of daily life for our Croom residents. The Knitting and Stitches are enjoying the sociability and the volunteering by donating their knits to maternity and oncology patients, and the Men's Shed operate in a similar way. Many of our seniors are the volunteers in other organisations such as St Vincent de Paul, Meals on Wheels and Tidy Towns. Croom Active Retirement partner with Croom National School for the Bealtaine Festival to share their knowledge. These acts of sociability and volunteerism are keeping our older citizens engaged and active. In our modern world, family life can be challenged. Working parents, limited spending power, housing crisis, and for some in the community, no extended family to offer support. The community has invested in Clever Clubs and created an after-school programme and instituted a breakfast club. Families are further supported through the Family Resource Centre with play therapy and parent and toddler groups. Croom Town Park was created with families at its heart, and its first thought was to create our beautiful playground, which in a modern Croom is also supporting those who live in apartments and flats in town. A supported family is a family that's invested in Croom, and they will at the right time be the volunteers for sports organisations, for education, or at community level. In Croom, hundreds of volunteers give thousands of hours each year, and when we did this, we had been given an indicative what the volunteers were for the GA, but when they actually did a count, it was 64, but my slide wouldn't have looked as well, so apologies. Arts and culture. Having only recently hosted the Fleadh Cheoil Lúnaí in Croom for the 2nd year, it's indicative of the grow that the community has for our culture. The National School has participated in Culture Night, both at St Mary's Cathedral and here with their artwork up on the wall. Other cultural events commenced in Croom include local vocals, our ukulele group bringing joy to community events and performing at Music on the Maigue. Music on the Maigue has given us an opportunity to learn African drumming and allow us to dance an afternoon away in the park. Music Hub and FRC offer affordable classes here in Croom, investing in our young people. Croom volunteers come together to create additional supports for the community in the form of community organisations that exist across the town. Croom Community Development Association, who built this building, the beautiful park, supports our diversity and the circular economy and seeks opportunity for Croom, creating proposals for what Croom might look like in the future and keeping the community abreast of information and opportunities and calling out all the good things of Croom. Croom FRC works tirelessly to support the most vulnerable in the community, offering Meals on Wheels service, from the Meals on Wheels service to the children's service already mentioned. The highlight of the social year is the barbecue on the banks of the Maigue at the FRC. Croom Community Enterprise Centre was developed to create opportunities for local people to work in Croom, and the centre supports 10 businesses, and this in turn helps to support Croom development in Croom Town Park. The Croom CE scheme, who we think of as learning and gaining skills in the community, are also creating opportunities for others in the community and helping members of the community. Croom Voluntary Housing, who we just met with, work to support residents and is a huge source of pride this year with a lot of houses released to the community and a visit from Antisha. Michael was as forthright with Antisha as he was with me. These organisations were set up by volunteers and are steered by trustees drawn from across the community. We came together to save the community centre, but this has become much more. The community centre offers a space for sporting accomplishments and also for social activities. All of the community is welcome for events, and there's a social aspect to all, even the craft market and the carpet sale. Our community are not only invested in Croom, they organise events for national and local charities to raise funds and offer solidarity. Without good employment in the area, Croom would not have a motivated community. We think of our businesses making profits and maybe contributing. We have much to be proud of in our businesses. In Croom, we've award-winning companies including Croom Medicals, Broderick Spa and Mary's Hair Salon. Our family businesses are going above and beyond to serve the community, and in the equine sector, supporting traditional skills, including the art of the farrier. Croom's business owners are not only investing in the town, they're many of the volunteers. They're also the philanthropic investors in the community groups and sporting bodies, and they're often the ones washing dishes at the end of the night. Croom has survived from the earliest settlers and adapted to its current location and place and time. We've gone from shopping on Bridge Street and Main Street to shopping online. Hedge schools and the Maigue poets have evolved to 4 levels of education fully integrated into the community. Croom Voluntary Housing and Private Investment has created residence for families. Croom Development invested further in Croom Town Park with a full suite of native trees and augmented the biodiversity across 14 acres of Croom Town Park. In our community organisations, we're all investing in the future of the town, the residents and our environment. Maigue Rivers Trust and agencies such as Law Pro are actively seeking opportunities to showcase the River Maigue and create a quality environment above and below the waterline. CCDA with Ballyhara and Aquacon project are investigating the opportunity to harvest thermal power, that is heat, from the River Maigue. CCDA has taken every opportunity to plant trees from easy trees and analog devices, as well as going for gold. There'll be apples in the future for the children on the way to Colosh the Huron. Croom is guided by the Sustainable Development Goals, the principles of the circular economy, and leave no trace. We have learned well from our ancestors who repurposed the old fortifications to build the town that we love. Each of the community groups collaborate. Perhaps it's the Men's Shed making a plan for Tidy Towns, or CCDA assisting active retirement with a grant application. Tidy Towns teaching skills to the Scouts, and Croom Active Retirement socialising with our national school children. Sometimes it's individuals just helping out, stacking chairs, stewarding, or even cleaning their front step. The town has never seen the amount of painting that went down in the last couple of months. There are a lot of agencies supporting Croom, and all of the volunteers put themselves out there to seek support, advice and funding, attend courses, webinars and seminars provided. I think that that's a curious thing. So where do the ideas come from? A little mention of chicken and eggs, not sure which comes first. Limerick City and County Council is a huge assistance to life in Croom, and recently when we bumped into Limerick City and County Council employees, we were delighted to return the favour. We hosted their Residents Association from the city and gave them a tour of Croom Town Park. We're delighted to show off. We're proud of Croom. So, the future of Croom. There are numerous initiatives for the future of Croom. The Community Centre has recently been awarded funding for solar panels and batteries, which will allow the centre to become a resilience hub for the community in times of extreme weather and electrical outages. A suggestion from the Indian community will also come to life to create an enclosed community garden so that this becomes a safe area for families at the centre. This comes with thanks to Limerick City and County Council and the Community Climate Fund. Croom Soccer Club has great plans for all-weather pitches, which has allowed Croom Medical to expand, and with their support and the backing of Limerick City and County Council, the soccer club are preparing for the future. The trustees have worked tirelessly to make this happen. Croom FRC are ready to invest in a kitchen for Meals on Wheels, allowing Meals on Wheels to grow further and offer a greater service to their users. This wouldn't be possible without volunteers. Croom Community Development Association has proposed a plan to Limerick City and County Council for the old post office, and the plans are up there. And Limerick City and County Council has secured funding for the initial project to get plans underway through the Town and Village programme. Croom is hoping to have a link between the new Camogue Park, the hospital and Main Street, and Croom Enterprise Centre would support this active travel plan. Another plan is to update Noonan's Lane and to create boardwalks on the banks of the River Maigue. Pride, we're proud. It's written in the names of every organisation and of our large businesses. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened now. Croom Enterprise Centre, Croom Scouts, Croom Concrete, Croom Eggs, it goes on and on. This is not a new phenomenon. In 1919, Croom Mills might have relocated from the Maigue to the Shannon in Limerick, but they kept our name, Croom. Our businesses understand the value of being in Croom, know the value of the people of Croom, the Cahals, the Dunmerts, the Fitzgeralds, and the new families who are living and working locally. Croom Development use social media to thank the neighbours for their lovely streets or flower boxes and estates. We're proud of our neighbours and the effort that they put into the town. We create postcards of Croom for social media to show our pride. In this presentation, we've spoken of chicken and eggs and which came first, the funding, the volunteers, the ideas, or the people. The people came first. Local vocals may have come together to learn to sing, but they've become the volunteers entertaining all of us, or the Young Gashcare Award participants assisting at every event, but not just in school term, they continue as volunteers. And those who came to Croom to work just get stuck in on a voluntary basis. We've never had a car boot sale where the Indian lads playing badminton didn't immediately help to set out tables. Croom works best when we come together. Our schools, sports clubs and community organisations are all led by volunteers. People who are working together to make Croom and are looking for the next opportunity to make Croom fantastic for the future. We all know in this room that we didn't need to see this presentation to know that community is at heart in Croom. And Monday night here really showed it to the fore. When the fire happened, I came back to open this building knowing that I had a half pint of milk and a half a packet of biscuits. It was completely useless. And within minutes, it was like the loaves and the fishes. I had multiple cartons of milk and multiple packets of very nice biscuits, which I ate a few. And we were able to make tea for people, and they were able to come in out of the fumes. And everybody rallied around their neighbours on the night, and it was so impressive. I managed not to cry at that part. Pride. We're all proud of where we're from, where we live, and proud of what we achieved together.